Right, Stefan, Viggo, what are we doing today?
We're gonna go out on an adventure, I think.
Taking a hike to building a mountain.
It's a big mountain, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Can we see from here?
Huge.
Soon.
No.
Soon, yeah.
So, our game is in development. Why are we climbing a mountain right now?
We're being Swedish and ta vara på solen, kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you do in Sweden. When the sun's out, you have to go outside.
Yeah. So we found a make-up reason to have some fun outside.
Shoot a video.
You're making my life as a community manager very hard because that's not the reason we're out. But that's okay. We'll talk about it later.
Talk about game dev stuff in a cool way.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll do it that way.
Yeah. Nice, relaxed, you know.
Yeah. It's also because the summer vacation is coming.
Right.
I won't be around to stabilize the build, so I can't make game content. So we're making day in the life, slice in the life of game developers.
See, that's why you're the community manager.
True.
We're not.
Yeah.
True. Also, they're here just watching. This is the crew here.
Yeah.
Emil's the director.
The creeps.
Hydration. Simon is hydration. And Tim, what are you doing?
Hydro
Moral
homies.
support. Moral support. All right, that's the full crew. Let's go.
We Nuggets, of course, the new kids in block, and we have Coffee Stain and Iron Gate all within like 20-meter distance from here. So that's quite fun.
Right in the heart of Skövde.
Right in the heart of Skövde, precisely.
You need,
So
like,
we
fishing.
got random fishing adventure.
Yeah.
It's getting a fishing rod. We're gonna do some fishing content. We can talk about fishing in the game, maybe.
Okay.
So everything's happening
Yeah.
all at once.
There it is.
That's how
You
it
can talk about fishing. Yeah, that's perfect.
We're at Sandtorget. This is a square in Skövde. All the cool stuff happens here, as you can see.
Yes.
Yeah. And yeah, I'm gonna do some shameless plugging for Skövde as a game dev city. So we had some people from Valve visiting here last week, and I have this crazy theory that I wanted to check with them if it was correct.
Yeah.
And that is that Skövde is, I think by far, like per capita, the best city in the world when it comes to like successful video games.
Right.
Because of how small the city is and like how many successful games.
Really high concentration of game devs here.
Yeah, like, I mean, and literally like on top of the world by far.
Yeah.
And they agreed. So we didn't have any numbers per se, but like just looking at Steam top 100 seller list, like you have Satisfactory, the Valheim, Raft, what else? V-Rising, before that Battle Right.
Yep.
So like so many games from a city with like 50,000 people. So that means like if you want to make games, and statistically you should make it in Skövde.
The only downside to Skövde is that guy over there.
Oh yeah. Imagine how many games would be released if he wasn't here.
I know. People don't even realize how many games he destroyed
Yeah.
because he ate them all.
Yeah, this is like Skövde shackled.
Yeah, held back. We haven't even unlocked 100% of our brain yet.
You have a nice Jeff Goldblum vibe with those glasses.
Does he have a round glass?
I don't know, it's something. But you look like cool, like Jeff Goldblum. Yeah, I mean, he has a little bit that vibe with the glasses.
Turn around, look at the camera and say, life finds a way.
Life finds a way. I don't know if he talks like that. I was trying to be a bit like nerdy because he's a bit nerdy
sure.
but it's hard. I don't know.
Now you can see the mountain.
Oh,
the
wow.
mountain.
There it is.
Yeah, it's huge.
It is pretty big.
No, not really.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah, you can see most of Skövde, I guess.
Yeah.
I think they opened a new like spa resort hotel up there as well.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
Clap again.
No, we're good. Just keep walking. All right. You're just clapping. Okay.
Okay, so Stefan, fun facts number 2.
All right.
So we're gonna go up a mountain or a mountain-like chain or whatever. I think it's an actual mountain by definition.
Yep.
And so from the bottom to the top, it's 1,300 meters up, and the elevation is 130 meters to the top. So at average, it's a 10% incline the entire way we're gonna go.
Okay.
And every year there's a race that starts from here to the top. And I think my time is 12 minutes on
12
that.
minutes all the way to the top.
Ja. Vi kommer ju gå i massa fin natur. Watch out, it's coming right for us!
All right, you want me to say this?
Yeah.
Oh, this is easy. Rhododendron.
Oh, nice, with the R's and everything. Rhododendron.
There it is, that's what I did.
Ah, nice, yeah, I'm impressed. Rhododendron. Come on, Jace, let's go into the run.
Was this crazy frog ad or something?
So, I guess the topic is why don't we have a stable version of the game right now, playable or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's because we've put a lot of effort into making the trailer and the reveal event of the game.
Yep.
And then we just used that main level and placed all the stuff and did all of the wrangling in order to get the shots that we wanted. And sure, you could have done branches of the world and doodads and whatnots, but we felt like we had all hands on deck to make a great trailer, and the cost of that was that like the stability of the game kind of was not prioritized. So now when the trailer is done, we can look at all the things and fix up, like save system as well. It was in a state where it was kind of working and needs to get working again. We've started over with how we create the level, so we're trying some procedural stuff. And then that is basically creating a whole new level that's got all of the points of interest and, you know, quest stuff out in the world. So it's a bit of a process to tie that back together, but it's looking good.
And there have been, my understanding is there have been new features that were added too since
Oh yeah, tons
that just
of.
hadn't been brought into that main branch yet, right?
I mean, there's tons of features that we have been working on that have are kind of working, but just needs to be tied together. So, for instance, if there's fishing, it's not just that you can fish, but that it actually is a resource that someone needs and you can do something with it. So, just because the feature is there doesn't mean that it's actually like usable in a playthrough scenario. So those are the things that you kind of need to add to make it fun to play with. Sure, we can show up a very like specific feature one by one, but it wouldn't be like a very flowy gameplay style video we can make with it.
It doesn't show how things interact.
Yeah.
Thanks, Stefan. Helps a lot. Leave a comment. Thanks, Stefan. Helps a lot. If that helps at all.
We are at the top of Mount Everest.
Yes.
We made it.
We did make it. I barely made it.
You did it, Jace. Here's the top.
This is the top.
Boom.
Boom, right there.
So yeah, we just made it up to the top of the mountain, and right now we are headed to a nice little viewing place where you can get a good view of the entire city, basically. And after that, we're gonna see if Emil caught some fish or not.
Hell yeah.
Best pizza place in Skövde.
It's the whole band.
I think we're breaking the fence.
It's fine.
Everybody's fine.
And Jace, you know, everything that the sun touches belongs to someone else.
You see the Volvo landmark here? It's like, this is an old rune from like 500 after Christ.
Right. Yeah, Volvo's been around for
thousands of years.
This is the old rune signs.
Yeah.
For Skövde. Don't look at that.
Yeah.
That's 2001 before Christ.
Yeah.
Before Jesus. It's supposed to be a J. Let's find Emil.
Yep.
Let's go see if we have a fish.
We made it! We made it, Tim.
We did. We think it's Emil.
And now we're gonna go and find the wild Emil, and we need to be quiet.
Was this your crocodile hunter Steve Irwin impression?
Oh yeah!
Go on, give us your best one.
Blimey, let's go.
Blimey! Oh, you're a fake fan.
I'm such a fake fan.
Australia. There he is.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And it's a really nice day. So what we're doing, are we expecting me to catch a fish?
You better, or else the video's ruined.
Simon, do you want to try?
It's fine. I want.
You know, I got to thinking of something when we got up here, that a lake is basically a big inventory for fish.
True. It's like a big lake for small fish. Big fish in a small lake.
Yeah,
Pond.
yeah, big pond in a small lake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
I think so.
So we finally made it to the top of the mountain. It's time to talk about the inventory system. So the encumbrance thing was that everybody hates encumbrance.
So we had encumbrance before.
We
have it. So every item has a weight, and like like in most games that has that type of weight encumbrance system, it adds up to a point where you get very slow and as a character, and you realize that, oh yeah, my inventory is full. I think the reason for that is to give some constraints to the player. It's not Gary's mod after all. It's a game where we want to like make sure that the player is not too OP, and they have to do some inventory management. However, we felt that it's a lot of inventory management in our game. We have a lot of items, so we might have a new idea, especially something that would work potentially for a controller. So currently we have like a, can you see this? Is this a thing? We have like a hotbar.
These are the new graphics, right?
Yeah, these are the new art style. So we have basically a hotbar and like inventory. When you open the inventory, whoop, whoop.
Maybe I should come around this side.
Nice. There we go. Currently you have to place like a cabbage here. Let's see, my best cabbage.
Nice.
It's like a mushroom, kind of. You have to place the cabbage like kind of manually through like hot keys to get it down to the hotbar. So once you close the inventory, it's easy to use. We have tools like a pickaxe. Whoop. That weighs more because we want to constrain the player not to have all the tools all the time, because we feel that's a bit boring. We want people to maybe find something out in nature and be like, oh shit, I will come back to this with my pickaxe.
And the problem is that there isn't any like stack size lower than 1. Correct. Because we do have stack sizes that differ.
Yeah.
But just like filling your entire inventory with tools is too much. We want the player to be able to kind of, okay, now I'm going to go with the exploring stuff and not always have all the tools for everything. Yeah. So that's kind of the problem, that even if we have stack sizes, they don't really alleviate the problem with so many inventory slots that the game has.
Yeah, and one other thing that has been mentioned is like to limit the amount of slots we have in the inventory, to be like, okay, you have to be careful with what you like bring with you. But that kind of turns into more management. I
Yeah,
think
it
like
becomes
inventory.
more
You have to have a lot more storage boxes, and you have to move things around and be like, okay. One idea we have is to have the bag versus the tool belt. So you would add like another thing here that is your tool belt, which kind of only takes tools like the water can, the pickaxe, the hoe, the scythe, and the bag takes everything else. And this is the hotbar that would be on the player screen most of the time. You could basically press a little, there's maybe a little thing here that says like press X or whatever to switch from tool belt and bag. The idea then is to not have this represent inventory like it is now. This is basically the hotbar that we have right now in the game is basically just additional inventory that you have to place things into. But what this could be instead is just like a view into either the tool belt or the bag. And you toggle between them with the X button. So potentially the cool thing there is that you could just scroll or use like the bumpers or whatever on controller to just go to just search through your inventory. So once you want to like, if you want to feed a ball or a cabbage, you don't have to like go into your inventory and equip a cabbage. You would just go, hey, what's in my bag? And scroll around the bag. Then maybe you'll find a cabbage. And in that way, we might be able to just remove encumbrance completely because we have a limited space here. We have a limited space here. Tools don't go into the bag because they're too big. This is basically the tool belt on the character. And I think what's nice with it is that most of the time you might be switching to the tool belt to do some farming stuff or to do some like chopping trees and stuff like that. And then you might run around in the farm and then you'll swap the hotbar to look into the bag. That's the idea.
Yeah, and it's not without its own issues. Like if you're out exploring and you do a quest or you find a new pickaxe or some like a tool and your belt is full, then we've kind of put the player in a tricky position.
Yeah.
Because they have more inventory management to be able to solve that problem if they're shared. But yeah.
But I think a cool thing is that the crowbar can potentially have, or like mounts could potentially have extra space.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's solvable.
And I think you have the same problem with encumbrance, but then you can trade like 20 stone for a new axe or something. That's the good thing about encumbrance.
You have a bit more ways to deal with the problem.
Yeah. So yeah, holy shit.
Jesus. They want to see what's going on.
Yeah.
They're excited. Where can we wishlist the game?
So potentially like you won't see empty space when you have the hot bag version of it.
Yeah.
You would just scroll through whatever is in your bag. This might be the stupidest idea ever, but I think it might be worth trying.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to try and see what the feeling is. I think getting rid of the encumbrance is quite... And there are other ways to get rid of the encumbrance as well. I mean, we talked about different size of slots as well, but then it becomes kind of the whole like puzzly thing in the inventory, and I don't really like how that is like with the gamepad. It's
kind of nice in like dredge and stuff like that. It does work with gamepad, I think, but I think like the game, I don't know if it serves the game in our case.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
We don't like it. We don't like it.
Couldn't we have like 10 hotbar slots for items so that I've got numbers 1 to 0 on my keyboard, right?
Yeah.
I can access those like immediately, which would save a lot of things as well. Wouldn't that be a good thing, or?
That's a good point. So maybe you still do the toggling. That's what you're saying, right?
Yep.
We're toggling between the tool belts. So the tool belt is its own thing, so we don't grab like the 5 or 6 slots all the time in the hotbar. But then your hot bag is still an extension. It's still inventory slots that you can put stuff into.
Yeah.
And in that sense, you have like 10. So maybe the problem of having to, then you might set up a nice hotbar for your farm. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, that hotbar isn't going to be like scrollable.
No, exactly. So that's a regular old hotbar. So the only thing that we would keep in that sense from this idea is the fact that you have you toggle between the tool belt and the bag. But the bag is still.
But like being 10 or 3 or 5 is, I mean, one is a visual thing, just what looks nice, and also, again, what feels good with both having to go through them with buttons, and it's not just the keyboard that is the consideration. Well, and
we'll have to try.
Yeah,
we'll have to try to see.
And maybe you don't care if it is cabbage or a potato. Ah, shit, we don't have potatoes though.
Hey, yeah, you working on potatoes or what, Stefan?
Nah, I mean, I tried, but my computer just froze up.
Oh, really?
Honestly. Yeah, it was insane. It's insane. I don't know what happens, if it's something with like the density of...
Potato density, it's gotta be.
I don't know.
The density.
Yeah.
I'll have to enable nanite and look again.
Hope you liked the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.